Robert Kwiatkowski was fatally stabbed on this Middletown street 2 years ago. Now police and family members want to put the case back in the spotlight. They're hoping some new information could lead to an arrest.
The person who killed Robert also took away from my children their happiness, their special times.
Christine DeGroat and her daughter Sarah say the bad memories are flooding back. April 30th will mark the second anniversary of Robert Kwiatkowski's brutal murder. And he was killed near the Wickham-Wisner Avenue intersection as he was walking home from work. He left behind Christine, his ex-wife, as well as 2 children, Sarah and David. And the killing touched a nerve in the community.
Last night in the city of Middletown, we lost a good citizen. And it's going to be up to the other good citizens of Middletown to help us out to solve this crime.
Sarah Kwiatkowski says the killer or killers didn't just take away her father, they also took away her friend and homework helper.
Some other kids would tell me how they were jealous that I had a dad like him because he was always around and so caring and dedicated, and I guess not a lot like other parents.
Sarah and her mom recently met with Middletown City police investigators to get an update on the investigation. It was a meeting that immediately opened up wounds.
And the first thing that we see when we walked into the room was his posters on the wall and the flyers, and I was like, oh my gosh, because I don't want to see that, and even though it is part of me and I can't deny that. But they asked me if they think that if they could have done their job better, and I didn't want to offend them, but I said that when it first happened that I did blame them because I feel like they should have been patrolling the streets better, or the person who did it should have been off the streets. But I apologized and I said that was just because I was angry because we have no one else to blame.
A reward of up to $25,000 has failed to bring an arrest, but the lead investigator, Detective Jason Jennings, says it's definitely not a cold case, and he says there are people out there with information that could help them bring a murderer to justice.
There are people who know about the person or persons responsible for this crime, but the whole no snitching stigmata that's been attached to society these days, especially in most of the inner city communities, it really is impeding the investigation.
Reporter Heather Yankin will have more in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record and on Record Online. Sarah and Christine are organizing a candlelight vigil at the murder scene that'll be held Friday night, and police officers will be there too in search of any useful information. Christine is hoping for the chance to confront her ex-husband's killer.
I have some questions for this person who did it. I have questions, and I hope I get the chance to ask them before I die.
We're going to get the people who did this, person or persons. They're going to be brought forth to this, and they're going to pay for this.
In Middletown, Tracy Baxter, Record Online.